Hi, this is the walkthrough of the Guardian cryptic crossword on Saturday, the 17th of October. We'll start with 10 across. Monster, so revolting or repulsive. Ultimately, it's the last letters of each of those words gives us ogre, which is a monster. And then we'll do 6 down. Wash organ, munching old. So if you wash, you could say you have a bath. And an organ could be a liver, munching, taking in. O for old gives us Bath Oliver, which is an old-fashioned biscuit. It's a bit biscuity, this one. This crossword by Paul. 11 across, a tad higher, crackers, so an anagram of a tad higher. In front of you, you could say it's right ahead. That's 11 across. And then we'll do 19 down. Plant, grain scattered around bottom of driveway. That's Y is the bottom of driveway. And an anagram of grains gives us syringa, which I think is the lilac family. And then we'll do the first one across, 8 across. Doctor is okay. So it's an anagram of is okay. Keeping lean. Well, if you say something is thin, it's lean. And so it's an anagram of that with is okay. I think so. 8 across. 3 down. Film is a skin. The sport here is RU for rugby union. Gives us an alpine challenge, a ski run. And then 17 across. Short shelf. Well, the shelf could be a sill. If it's short, you get rid of the last letter. And then so is very. And that gives us silvery, which is something that's shiny and grey. And then 4 down, block, leftists, finally, that's S. Going in, Tory gain, con, and if you gain something, you get it. With the S going in, gives us congest, which is to block. Become congested. 21 down, torment, 2 animals, the first tailless. This is going to be hare and then ass, but hare with its tail, harass. 25 across, large drink. Well, I think that's going to be stout. A stout fellow might be a large fellow, and obviously stout is a drink. 20 across, unshaven redhead, tucked into whiskey, bourbon. Bourbon's a whiskey. Redhead is R going in. Gives us whiskery, which means unshaven. And then we'll have 15 across, shade found parking. So it's going to be P for parking between a river, and the river's going to be D. And then it's going to be red, I think, for the Red Sea. A deep red would be a colour shade. And after that, we can now do 12. Accountant has left biscuit. So accountant is CA, chartered accountant, leaving. And the biscuit, I think, is going to be macaroon. Take the CA out, you get maroon, which is obviously a type of deep red. Referring to 15. 13 down, labour, currently in workplace. So a work is an opus or op. And then what place, what position. So we get opposition, that's where labour are currently, in opposition. Now, decline food served up with squashed flies. So the fly's going to be gnat, and eats his food. Going up with gnat in is going to be stagnate for decline. $18 down, biscuit inspiring uprising. So it's going to be run and risk this. I think it's going to be Iran going up inside Rusk, which is a biscuit. I've done one of those since I was a baby. And then 24 across and 2 down. Kid and tribes written off. So it's an anagram of kid and tribe, I think this, giving us a vehicle. And the vehicle is going to be a dirt bike. And then 22 down. Beautiful. Second cake. So S for second. Cake without fillings. That's just C and E without the middle letters. Almost delightful. Nice is delightful, but almost. Get rid of the E. Gives us scenic for beautiful. 23 across. Yeah, tough one here. Breaking Cantonal strawberry. Well, Eric Cantonal's French, isn't he? And strawberry in French is fraise. Apologies for my pronunciation there. Winger going in, breaking. So I think it's going to be turn, and it's going to give fraternise. Tough, typical Paul, very tough setter. For hobnob, does fraternise and hobnob mean the same thing? Maybe. 16 down, condemn cost. Cost is going to be a rate of employing manager. It's going to be an exec, I think. So execrate is going to mean condemn. 24 down, timeless Florentine ranter. Dante is the Florentine ranter. Get rid of the T. Gives us Dane, and obviously a Dane is a European. And then 26 across. Looking at these letters, it's going to have to be Guinness. So bar is going to be in. Charges, so sort of smacks into the word suspect. If you guess something, you might suspect it. Gives us Guinness, which relates obviously to 25 across with those dots. 5 down, sliced food. Short cake, so a cake could be a pastry. Short, get rid of the end. Could I be? Question you could also ask us, am I? And that gives us pastrami, I guess, which is something that you could slice. Very tough, very tough. And then 14 across, minor notices. Sons, so add 2 S's for sons. Poaching duck, so the duck isn't going to be a 0, it's going to be mallard. That's not right. Get rid of the R of mallard, and that gives us small ads for minor notices in a paper, let's say. But again, another really tough one. This corner's really tough. Sorry, I had a bit of a thingy there, but course part of biscuit is going to be Garibaldi. Part of, again, another tough one. And then finally, 9 across, soak leaving biscuit. So I think it's going to be, look at the letters, it's going to be amaretto biscuits, aren't they? And there is a verb, I've just looked it up. Ret means soak, not one that I use in everyday parlance. And the Amati family were violin makers. Again, really tough, but there we go, that's it done. Hope you did as well, and if you like this, please do feel free to subscribe and follow.